My name is John Sierra. I'm with ASC Exteriors out here doing an attempted repair for Mr. Duke, a 212 celebration here in Ackworth. He has a 3-tap shingle. Just some things to notate is Wednesday the 20th of March, a little after 1:07 p.m. The atmosphere right now is at 63 degrees, so temperature wise it's good. I like to check the weather or the temperature on the shingle just to see how pliable it's going to be. Just to show you there, it's 140, right? So ideal conditions for the repair attempt on an asphalt shingle roof. Obviously, the warmer it is, the more pliable it's going to be, so the more it should be able to be manipulated without causing any damage or accentuating damages to the shingles around it. The shingle in question is this one right here. It's clearly been creased by the wind severely. So there's this one. The ones that are going to get impacted are 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So there's 5 total shingles that I'm going to have to scrape, pull, manipulate, lift in one way or another, either to sit the other shingle down in there and replace it, or to get this one completely out. It's boxed out all the way up because this shingle is nailed on the correct line, and then the style of shingle it is, the next one above it, when that one gets nailed, the one in question gets nailed in the headlamp. Okay, let's get started. It is sealed very, very well, which I would definitely expect at 140 degree surface temperature. What I'm actually going to have to do is put my gloves on, just because of the temperature of the shingle. It's very hot. But let's keep going here. So this shingle was nailed correctly on the nail line. So thinking alright, I like to pull on her just to see if I can get her out now. So that means she is installed correctly above. So now we're gonna unseal and unfasten the shingle above it. Let's give her a pull. Perfect. All right. See what we got. The PX A47309. Let's take a measurement here. So we're at 39 5/8 in width and 13 1/4 height, 5 5/8 exposure. Based off those measurements, we know that there are no shingles of that shape and size on the market currently. And then lastly, we also want to use our pitch gauge or our shingle gauge just to see and verify what age we're looking with or what shingle we're looking for. So tap it lightly. You're right at that 30-year mark. It does not go anymore. So it's a 30-year 3-tab, super uncommon. Number one, the size and from the markings on the back. So because we don't have a shingle of like kind and quality, what we're gonna do, we're gonna slide this one back in and attempt to nail it down just to see what the effects of doing that will look like. All right, I guess one more thing if we want to look at here, you can see right here, there's a bunch of staples in the felt. So, you know, things have changed here in the normal contracting and standard business practices. Staples are no longer used. We use cap nails for a slew of reasons, but let's go back with this. I'm gonna slide this back in there. We're going to attempt.
Let's go ahead and notate how far you have to lift the shingle to be able to nail it in.
Oh, for sure, yeah. So right here, so even if we use this as a guide of where the nail has to go right here. So that's not enough. Doesn't strike center. I have to strike center of that nail. So that means at the and I have to give myself an inch and a quarter of clearance for my swing. So that means that's about how high I'm going to lift it. And that's just what has to be done. I've been doing this since 2004. If there's a better way, let me know. All right, just in doing that, what you can see here, look at this crease. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my glove off just to show some type of weathering. So this is a shingle in question. Some wind comes through here. You can see all these granules. I did not pick it up past its angle that's needed for install. You can clearly see that that shingle is now crease damaged and no longer any good.
As well.
Same thing here. I know we got a green chalk on it, but you can still see, you know, the feeling of it. The matting has snapped, and it was not over bent. It was not over open in any way, shape, or form. So given the current temperature, what do we have? It's 65 degrees outside. It's 140 degree surface temperature. I had to put my gloves on. It was burning me. I did not over manipulate or extend the shingle. The shingle was sealed down. So based off of the amount of damage that we have on this roof, my professional recommendation is this current roof assembly will not accept and is not accepting a repair, and it needs a complete roof assembly to be replaced. That alongside multiple other things where some of these damages are, like here in this transition, we have to put ice and water shield here. Here's the center line, 12 to 18. Ours are 36 inches wide. Then when you go to things like around accessories like this pipe boot, we're gonna have to reset this entire pipe boot. And then here's another one on the exhaust stack. And then the main ones here too that I wanna point out are places like up and over the ridge. Right, we just showed you how it was installed and nailed. So to take this off, we have to take this ridge vent off. And then the last one on this side is,
And here, same concept with the ridge.
same thing over here. So here, the valley, these in consideration of the valley. So where these damages are, to take these shingles out, that means we're gonna have to manipulate any kind of valley covering, which these homes, and this home does have valley metal. So
And
to
then
go back with ice and water shield.
on this one where there was a tarp situation also,
Oh yeah.
there's a pipe jack under this tarp, and it's at a valley of a metal roofing intersection. So we notated the 18-inch outer lay from the valley on the ice and water shield for that. And then this has also been tarped because it was requested to send off for shingle identification. And then we've got a dryer vent with the same situation where we're going to have to manipulate and impact that penetration as well.